In the methodology chapter, you should mention the methodology of your thesis. Here you will use more and more heading, subheading, and sub-subheadings by properly giving your data. Describe this section in detail. Whatever you have done, you have used, you have to give the method in detail. If you have used any protocol from of someone, copy, then you have to mention the reference as well. Even like for the DNA extraction, if you have used, for NGS, for sequencing, if you have used any references, you can give references as well for the methodology. So here you have to tell about the research design, like how do you design your methods or methodology, whatever. Justify the rationale of the selected research design, and ensure that validity and reliability of the research, that yes, so your methodology is good. You have to properly mention the methodology. You are not just writing in your words, but you have to actually write in the thesis writings. In this case, a qualitative research design, you must explain which method are selected and what is your applied research. You need to explain the sequence of the methods. Okay, it must be in sequence, what is done first, then what, and what. So as if I apply this to your thesis topic, you should mention about like from where you started, like from hitting the schools. Okay, so you first um, design the study, okay, by you like opted different schools, you went there, how you started, because the students who actually started from the start, they know. Or you can just take the help of the family, friends, and so on. Then the family enrollment, what are the each and every step, how you enrolled the family, what you did there, how you interviewed, pedigree drawing, like phenotypic data collection, your the form, medical history form. You have to discuss each and everything in detail. And then the blood collection steps, what are the things involved in the blood collection, how you properly labeled items, okay, and how the precautions, what precautions you have mentioned, like you have undertaken, and so on, everything about the family enrollment. Then after collecting the family, where did you take the blood, where did you keep in the deep freezer, okay, um, how you can keep it for a long time. This is all the blood collection procedure. Then comes your DNA extraction, so you have to mention DNA extraction procedure, the whole procedure step by step. One thing important, methodology, don't use I collected the blood sample 500 ml, I put it in the tube. No, this is not the language of the thesis. Thesis must be in the past tense and usually the passive voice, like blood sample was collected in 5 ml vials and transferred to something, okay, and properly labeled by using this and this. So this is the language of the methodology. Okay, so please, when you write methodology, don't bring any thesis to me with I, we, and present tense. No, no present tense, no I, we, me. Okay, so your language must be like passive voice in direct language. This is the language of thesis or publication, always like this. Okay, then comes your results. Okay, from methodology, yes, after DNA extraction you have to mention about the NGS. For that I had shared a research paper by Dr. Zafar. If you don't have, still you can just find any of his recent articles, and the NGS protocol is mentioned there. Okay, um, I hope all of you have the paper, but I suggest you to not use one paper, all of you, otherwise, because when you will try to rewrite the methodology, you're still gonna come to the same ground. Maybe you're gonna copy paste the words. So better to use 2 3 different articles, because this is a requirement of each article to use the protocol. So they usually mention like which NGS platform they have used, how the library is constructed, how the samples are taken, their library is prepared, sample loaded, and so on, which machinery, Illumina, how sequencing is done. Okay, so there is proper wording, which kit is used, it's all already mentioned in the paper, so you can use any of those paper, and then from those paper you can write your NGS protocol. After writing the NGS protocol, then when the NGS data comes, then you have to analyze the data. Okay, so you can also mention using the similar kind of protocol that is mentioned in the paper. Okay, so whatever paper you use, there's usually mentioned like after getting the data from the NGS, then you have to analyze data. So data analysis protocol is there, so you have to rewrite a similar way. Yes, you cannot be perfect, I know. This is your first time you're writing. I will correct your stuff, so don't get much worried, but try to be better, to give like more um, up to date, up with less corrections, inshallah. So after NGS is protocol, how data is analyzed. Yeah, if you are using the bioinformatic tools, and if there is anything mentioned in the protocol, you can mention that we have used this in this bioinformatic tools to predict the mutations. The last thing you have must mention in your methodology is the correlation of the phenotype and genotype. In that, you have to mention that the gene finding, we have to, whatever the gene mutation, we will correlate it with the phenotype of the already enrolled family. जो भी आपने family enroll की है, you have to correlate with that phenotype. Okay, so like suppose head is small, or the developmental delays in the family, is there any eye anomaly, head anomaly, facial feature anomaly, and so on. That is the correlation of the phenotype with the genotype. After, okay, after methodology, then comes the results.